In this video, we are going to show you how to terminate an XP Fit Plus LC connector onto a 2mm cable with 900 micron buffered fiber in the field. First, you need to make sure that you have all of the components you need to perform this termination. This includes a jacket slitting tool, armid yarn shears, a cable stripping tool, a precision cleave tool, a tube, a boot, an armid stopper, an armid pre-stopper, the XP Fit Plus LC connector, a fiber holder, and a guide jig. You will need to take the attachment off the jacket slitting tool and install it into the tool as shown. You will need to use this jacket slitting tool for a few different steps in this termination, as it has critical lengths built into it. Now, let's begin the termination. The first step is to insert the kit components onto the cable. Install the boot, the tube, the armid stopper, and the armid pre-stopper in that order onto the cable as shown. Also, note the orientation of the components. Now, get ready to strip the cable jacket. As per the termination procedure, align the cable in the first main hole in the jacket slitting tool and align the end of the cable with the arrows indicated on the gray attachment. Clamp the tool and rotate the cable 360 degrees with your fingers as shown and pull the cable out of the tool to strip 47 millimeters of cable jacket. Grab the cable with a hand interval of 60 to 70 millimeters and pull on the fiber and armid yarn to fully extend it. Next, align the fiber protruding from the cable jacket across the slot on the tool attachment to measure 14 millimeters and mark it for stripping. Then, insert the cable in the appropriate slot on the jacket slitting tool and align the end of the cable jacket with the far side of the gray attachment on the tool as shown. Pull the cable through the tool to slit 90 millimeters of the outer jacket. Strip the buffer in smaller increments from the mark that was previously made on the fiber as shown. Also, strip the 250 micron coating from the fiber from the same length. Once stripped, you will want to use an IPA dampened lint-free wipe to clean off any debris or coating remaining on the stripped fiber. Also, screen the fiber by sweeping it to about 30 degrees in all four directions as shown. Insert the fiber into the fiber holder, locking the 3 clamps as shown. It is important to install the fiber such that 2 to 3 millimeters of the 900 micron buffer is protruding from the end of the fiber holder. Now you are ready to cleave the bare fiber. While cleaving the bare fiber, you must leave the 900 micron fiber in the fiber holder. Grab your precision cleave tool and insert the fiber holder into the cleaver, making sure there are no gaps around it. Close the lid of the cleaver and slide the cleave bar to cleave the bare fiber. Always make sure to dispose of the cleaved fiber carefully and correctly. Now you are ready to insert the bare fiber assembly into the connector. To do this, you must insert the connector into the assembly guide jig from the top as shown. Sometimes, the wedge pops off the connector. You can just reinstall it by placing it over the windows and pressing down firmly. At this point, it is highly recommended to check the cleave length of the fiber by laying the fiber holder on the beginning of the guide jig as shown. There is an indicator on the guide jig to show where the length should be stripped and cleaved to. Now, insert the fiber into the connector by slowly sliding it forward on the guide jig until the fiber holder stops. Then, open the middle clamp on the fiber holder and continue to slide the fiber holder forward. When a slight bow in the fiber is observed, it is recommended to push down on the back of the bowed fiber to make sure it is fully inserted in the mechanical splice. Then, lift the latch and squeeze the sides of the connector wedge to release the mechanical splice mechanism on the bare fiber. Open the other 2 latches on the fiber holder and lift upward on the connector to remove it from the guide jig. It is now possible to check that the mechanical splice was correctly aligned using an XP Fit test kit. The kit consists of a visual fault locator, also known as a VFL, a 3 dB attenuator, a special adapter that has a cutout to show the windows on the connector properly, and a jumper. The use of a proper jumper for your connector is necessary to be sure that you have either a UPC to UPC mating or APC to APC mating. First, plug the attenuator into the VFL. Then, plug the jumper into the attenuator. Plug the other end of the jumper into the adapter. Now, you can plug your termination into the other side of the adapter to verify that there is no red light illuminating the windows on the connector. Once the connector is verified for continuity, place the dust cap onto the connector end face to protect it. Now, complete the final assembly of the connector with these steps. Split the aramid yarn into 2 groups and clamp them on either side of the connector in your fingers as shown. Slide the previously installed aramid pre-stopper up the cable and onto the back of the connector. Screw the aramid stopper onto the connector going over the aramid yarn and the aramid pre-stopper. Slide the tube up the cable to the aramid yarn stopper. Install the boot, making sure the tabs line up and lock in properly. Cut off the excess aramid yarn. Now the termination is complete. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more Senko fiber optic content.